got the key to the city.
I'll be your driver and your guide.
Oh.
So you need to be nice to me.
Kisses the roses on my windowsill.
Because we have, look, we've.
Do you think it's different practice? Do you think it is?
According to the legend, the rock was formed when Satan, with a chunk from the devil's big mountain 3 miles to the north, and spat it out as he flew over Cashel.
In the late 1970s. So, what was the Bishop's Palace? Come up on the right hand side.
Que probablemente eso te lo dijo él en el tour. Preguntarle nada más de qué año son los castillos. De estas islas, en 1066.
Section of this castle was built in 1220 by a Norman family on an island in the middle of the river. The river was much wider and deeper on both sides, and the town did not exist until 500 years later. The castle is built on rock, and during that period no dynamite or gelignite existed, and therefore it couldn't be taken by a potential enemy. The parallel lines, this is where archers would have stood behind of the long bow. Across, that gives the archer greater range. Just remember, you can get photographs on the way out.
Thank you.
You were lucky you weren't back in time, because you bent your head, you exposed your neck. Decapitation guaranteed. Alone, the amount of crenulations will tell you that the Butler family were wealthy. Hot sand was poured through that gate, through that box. This is the original castle, built in 1220 by the decap. No showers, no running toilets, etc. At night, they would take their clothing off and hang it in this tower. In this tower on both floors there was a very crude toilet. They'd hang their clothes over the toilet and in the morning put them back on. The reason they did that is because the natural methane gases from their excrement would rise and kill the bugs in their clothing. This bottom section is called a batter base for a very good reason. Items thrown from the rooftop come down, bounce off here and go straight over to you. The most common material thrown would have been hot animal fat. Come down, bounce, splash! Archers on that wall with lit arrows making contact with the oil, and everyone fried crispy potato chips. The tall building attached to the taller tower of the two is the banqueting hall, to cut the meat off the animal bone and eat with your fingers. There was no napkins there then. There was equally no small forks. The small fork came into fashion in the 1800s, and it was the Germans that brought that fashion into being. They did have bigger forks to take the animal from the fire or from the spit to put on the platter. Now, as well as eating, what happens to men when they have consumed copious amounts of alcohol?
Become smart.
I've heard horny, smarter, more good looking, which is a load of crap. Fights is 9 times out of 10 what happens. You need a sharp sword to defend your honor. This way, folks, please.
Creepy. Usted quería medieval y esto se ve muy medieval. It's really creepy. ¿Qué me vine a meter aquí? Me da miedo. Quería castillo medieval, pero...
My mother says I have Irish eyes, Irish eyes, Irish eyes. My mother says I have Irish eyes. They go ever so blue under stormy skies, but they're never so blue as when I let them cry. My father says I have English hair, English hair, English hair. Brown like the bark of an oak somewhere, like the bed of a lake where the hemlock grows, like the thorn in the stem of an English rose. I'm a map of the world and the ones before, 1 foot in sea and 1 on shore. Every step, every hope along high. I'm a map of them all with my Irish eyes. My nana said I had traveling feet, traveling feet, traveling feet. Slippers for princesses don't fit me, but I dance to my own drum bright and bold, and my traveling feet always get me home. My sister says I have a restless soul, restless soul, restless soul. Easy to catch but I'm hard to hold, like a song on the wind that you caught one day. I get under your skin, then I slip away. I'm a map of the world and the ones before, 1 foot in the sea and 1 on shore. Every step, every hope along high. I'm a map of them all with my Irish eyes. My mother says I have Irish eyes, Irish eyes, Irish eyes. My mother says I have Irish eyes, they go ever so blue. 'Cause I'm a map of the world and the ones before, 1 foot in sea and 1 on shore. Every step, every hope along high. I'm a map of them all with my Irish eyes.
When Irish eyes are smiling, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, shall they steal your heart away? Well, just a little Irish song as we head out of Cork City.